I'm East Coast Pete. This is my show, How Rock is Saved. Today we're going to talk about SAVATAGE. They are an American heavy metal band funded by John and Chris Oliva in 1979 in Florida. Tarpon Springs, actually, which is on the bay side, about halfway down the foot. They were once called Avatar, but the name was taken, not by the movie or the cartoon, but by another band. The word Avatar, by the way, has been so co-opted by pop media and computer games that we forget it really means a manifestation of a deity or released soul in bodily form on earth as a friend and a teacher. What do you think of that? This is from Hinduism, and it has nothing to do with SAVATAGE, unless they are a Jesus band, and I don't think they are. Are they? SAVATAGE's first commercial success was with their third album, Fight for the Rock, in 1986, and it peaked at number 158 in the United States. That doesn't seem very high, but in the 80s, heavy metal was given short shrift, and big hair and electronica ruled the roost. Their follow-up, Hall of the Mountain King, is considered a landmark in the new genre. Sadly, Chris Oliva was killed in a car accident in 1993. John decided to continue to honor his brother. There were 4 more studio albums before SAVATAGE went on hiatus in 2002. Members formed several bands to fill the void. These were John Oliva's Pain, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and Circle to Circle, and Dr. Butcher. SAVATAGE reunited in 2014 for a performance at the Wacken Open Air, an annual rock fest, a heavy metal affair in Hamburg, Germany. The final roster of SAVATAGE was John Oliva on lead vocals and keyboards and rhythm guitar, Chris Caffrey on lead guitar, backing vocals, and John Lee Middleton on bass and backing vocals, and Jeff Plate on drums. The name SAVATAGE is not a word. When the band found out that Avatar was taken, they added the S to Avatar, which gave them SAVATAR, but no one liked it, so they removed the R and put in a GE, giving them SAVATAGE. Life equals Sava, or savage, and Taj for the mystical part. After their first 2 albums were released on an indie label, they then signed with Atlantic. Atlantic tried to make them more commercial with a video, but the band would not change. Instead, Atlantic retained John to write songs for other artists. They actually demanded, that SAVATAGE record the songs themselves. They agreed, but later regretted their decision, as the press excoriated them and the band almost broke up. Here's an idea for Atlantic. Butt the fuck out. Let them do what they want. If it's good, it'll be successful. If it sucks, it may still be successful. Look at what's out there. A lot of sucking going on, and John was miffed. He drowned his discontent in booze and drugs. Then, doing what they thought was best for the band, they recorded their fourth album, The Hall of the Mountain King, which made the band fall in line with the new metal genre and was a commercial success. Here are the songs. 1. 24 Hours Ago. Not yet what I'd call prog metal, but it's closer. 2. Beyond the Doors of the Dark. With an eye patch. That would be Odin. 3. Legions. Scream, Scream, Scream. Oh, and Scream. 4. Strange Wings, like Journey. Maybe not as good as Journey. 5. Prelude to Madness. This is an instrumental, and it's a bolero. And Cacciaturian reminds me of Exception from Holland back in the 70s. Remember them? 6. Hall of the Mountain King. Now this is pre-prog metal, or prog pre-metal, or pre-heavy metal. It's not pure metal. 7. The Price You Pay. 8. White Witch. Stevie Nicks? No, it isn't. A white witch is a good witch. A black witch is a bad witch. Seems a little racist. A gray witch is a hedge witch. Which is which? 9. Last Dawn. Instrumental. 10. Devastation. Gnashing of Teeth. A video was made for the title track, and MTV included it on their Headbangers Ball segment. A follow-up video for 24 Hours Ago nailed home the point: heavy metal was here to stay. Metal plus symphony sounds, who'da thunk it? The next album, Gutter Ballet, was their turning point into prog metal. Paul O'Neill was their producer and was partly responsible for the change. The songs became longer, the melodies more complex, and the vocals were varied. John was fully in favor of the prog. He had seen Phantom of the Opera on Broadway and saw new possibilities in music and what he wanted his band to be. 2 more videos were made for Gutter Ballet, and MTV gave them plenty of airplay. In 1991, SAVATAGE released Streets, a full rock opera about a fallen rock star named D.T. Jesus. The album got less than what was expected chart-wise, as grunge had hit the mainstream. The video for Jesus Saves got airplay, and SAVATAGE had a new audience, so I will have to revise my ideas about the whole Avatar thing. Streets has weathered well over time without potholes or gridlock. In 1992, during time off, Oliver penned a Broadway-bound musical called Romanoff. This has yet to open, but the soundtrack was released eventually as a Trans-Siberian Orchestra work. John would leave the band to work on similar projects. The new lead vocalist was Zach Stevens from Wicked Witch. The follow-up to Streets was Edge of Thorns in 1993, and SAVATAGE would start a world tour. Except that Chris Oliva was killed by a drunk driver. Bad. John came back, but was not himself for quite some time. Was SAVATAGE finished? They stayed on as a tribute to their fallen comrade to keep his music alive. There was another album called Handful of Rain, and it was really a John Oliva solo effort. But it went out as a SAVATAGE album because that's what seemed right. Chris Caffrey came back, Atlantic got involved again and added guitarist Al Pitrelli to the lineup. Pitrelli had worked with Alice Cooper and Asia. In 1995, a second rock opera, Dead Winter Dead, was even more ambitious than Streets. After their 11th studio album, The Wake of Magellan, in 1997, SAVATAGE left Atlantic, finally. They signed with the far smaller label, Nuclear Blast. In 2009, Al Pitrelli left to join Megadeth. John and SAVATAGE concentrated on side projects and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra for the next 12 years. Jeff Pate left to join Metal Church. Steve Wachholz formed a new band named Reverence in 2010. It became that SAVATAGE was now a side project of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra rather than vice versa. There have been unsubstantiated rumors of a SAVATAGE reunion in 2018, again in 2019, and now in 2020. But with the success of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, it's unlikely. Here's some of the songs and the discography. 1983, Sirens. 1985, Power of the Night. 1986, Flight for the Rock. 1987, Hall of the Mountain King. This is like a comic book with sound. 1989, Gutter Ballet. And 1991, Streets, which is a rock opera. 1993, Edge of Thorns. And 94, Handful of Rain. 95, Dead Winter Dead. And 97, The Wake of Magellan. Welcome is good old piano prog. Turns to Me could be on Broadway. Morning Sun is soft and then harsh, and then that dire and soft. It switches back and forth. It's very pleasant for a bit. Nice acoustic guitar riff. Best track, I think I am partial to those acoustic guitar riffs. Blackjack Guillotine. It's very doom. In 2001, Poets and Madmen. And I think I'd like to have a look at this Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So I guess they'll be the next up. Thanks for being with me. Everybody take excellent care. Bye-bye.